this is Christian, and welcome to NFL Updates Express, your weekly dose of NFL news. Coming your way, Super Bowl 51 predictions. The AFC representative for Super Bowl 51 is the New England Patriots, and boy, they've probably been the best team all season long. Some people would argue maybe the Falcons or the Dallas Cowboys, but it's pretty obvious that the Patriots are the most consistent team maybe of the past decade or even 2 decades. Maybe as long as Tom Brady and Bill Belichick are there, they've been a dominant franchise. And it started without Tom Brady though. Their first 4 games, and well, Jimmy Garoppolo, the second string quarterback, and Jacoby Brissett, the third string, each nodding a win to keep the Patriots afloat atop the AFC East division, with Miami actually getting a playoff spot, so the Patriots couldn't waltz quite easily this time as they have in years past, but still, it was pretty smooth sailing for them, only losing 2 games, one to the Bills and one to the Seattle Seahawks at home. But the rest of their wins have been pretty comfortable. They did have a great game against the Baltimore Ravens, only winning by 7, but that was probably their closest game since then, and they really dominated the Super Bowl champion Denver Broncos at Mile High, in which they lost to in last year's playoffs. And then they completely dominated the Houston Texans and Pittsburgh Steelers in the playoffs, and now they're playing for a right to hoist the Lombardi Trophy again. It's the NFC representative for Super Bowl 51, and it's the Atlanta Falcons. And I bet you not many people thought the Falcons would be in this position at this time last year, or even at the beginning of the 2016-2017 season. The Falcons shocked everybody, upsetting the Carolina Panthers and Buccaneers for the division title, having an 11-5 record and a surprising number 2 seed in the NFC. And when they got to the playoffs, they completely dominated everybody. The Seattle Seahawks, well, they started a little rough in that game, but ended up completely demolishing them, winning by 2 touchdowns. And then the Green Bay Packers game, well, that was no contest as well. They went up 31-0 in an eventual 44-21 win. And the Falcons, with their high-octane offense and presumed MVP quarterback Matt Ryan, the Falcons have a chance at their first Super Bowl in their franchise history. It's the NFL's big day, and it's the Atlanta Falcons of the NFC taking on the New England Patriots of the AFC. Now this game is primed and ready to be a high-octane game with 2 great quarterbacks at the helm. You have 2 MVP candidates, Matt Ryan and Tom Brady, and well, you have the Falcons who are appearing in their 2nd Super Bowl. Their other Super Bowl appearance was against the Denver Broncos, in which they fell in '98, and the Patriots, well, they're in their 9th Super Bowl, and well, most of those have come with Tom Brady at quarterback. And so it'll be interesting to see how Brady performs versus a young Matt Ryan who hasn't really played in a lot of big games. And most of his big games have actually been this season, and he's really stood the test of time on those. So we'll see if he can play against one of the best quarterbacks to ever play in the game. For the defensive side of things, well, the Patriots have a lot of young but talented corners. We already know about shutdown quarterback Malcolm Butler, who made the amazing play in Super Bowl 49 at the 1-yard line. And they also have 2 other corners, rookie Eric Rowe, and they also have their corner, Logan Ryan, who I think is very underrated and could make a big impact in this one. And for the Falcons, well, they have some defensive players of their own. They have corner Robert Alford and, of course, sack leader Vic Beasley Jr. He quietly led the NFL in sacks, and if he can have a big game against the Patriots' offensive line, then I think the Falcons have an excellent shot to win this game. But it will be very tough on the Falcons' defense. Their secondary consists of Keanu Neal, a great rookie who can make some impact plays, and he's done so in the playoffs, and maybe he can against Tom Brady and company. But Brady doesn't make many mistakes, so I think the Falcons are going to have to match up on offense toe-to-toe, and they certainly have the offensive weapons to do so. They have 3 amazing receivers. They have Mohamed Sanu, they have Taylor Gabriel, who got cut by the Cleveland Browns, and they also have, of course, Julio Jones, and he can dominate just about anyone. But he's going up against Malcolm Butler, and that will be probably the most intriguing matchup of the entire Super Bowl. I think this game will be very entertaining and should come down to the very end. But ultimately, who am I picking? I think the New England Patriots get the job done at Energy Stadium in Houston by the score of 34-31 in a classic.
Hi, this is Dylan, and welcome back to NFL Updates Express Super Bowl Edition. Now, I think this game will be a very good Super Bowl indeed. I do think it will be a very offensive game, as even though both teams have good defenses, their offenses are more well known. So in my opinion, the best defense will actually win the game. I think the offenses will just kind of offset each other. These teams hardly play each other though, so I'm not really sure what to expect, and I'm sure they aren't necessarily sure what to expect either. So I think this game will actually look something like we may not anticipate. It could be really high scoring, really low scoring, we just don't know. Now, something I've looked at is when the Patriots are leading at halftime, usually they come out and the other team actually comes back a little bit. I don't know, it's just something I've picked up on. However, if they're losing at halftime, Belichick does something because they come out of the locker rooms ready to go and usually score right away. So it's kind of counterintuitive, but I think if the Patriots are leading at halftime, they're going to have a tough second half. Now, the Falcons have a really versatile offense with Freeman running the ball, Julio Jones catching the ball, Matt Ryan is a great quarterback. And the Patriots, while they have a really good passing game, their run game is really specific. Blunt usually just, powers forward for a couple of yards, so that might not be necessarily what they rely on. Lewis is a little more dynamic, but they usually prefer to give it to Blunt. Overall, I think this game will be really good. I think it's going to be very offensive, but what will happen is the offenses will just kind of cancel each other out, and we'll have to see which defense can step up to hold the other offense back. All in all, though, I think it's going to be the Patriots getting the win, 24-20.
Welcome back to NFL Updates Express. I'm Andy, and today we have a special edition, Super Bowl 51 predictions. This game is going to be pretty good in my opinion. Two high offensive power teams, Brady, Matt Ryan, all these great players and two great coaches. On the Falcons side, they got a great throwing game, great play calling by Kyle Shanahan. Devonta Freeman can run the ball really well, and they're just a high power offense. On the Patriots side of the ball, Tom Brady's great. He's clutch. He still can throw the ball. Gronk's out, but he's just making Chris Hogan a superstar. Edelman, Amendola, and they got Dion Lewis to run the ball. And I think it's going to be a great game. But in the end, I see Atlanta coming out on top 31-24 down the wire. And as always, keep your stick on the ice.
Hi, it's Brett, and it's great to be back on NFL Updates Express. When the Patriots and Falcons meet at Energy Stadium in the heart of Houston, it should be a spectacular game. The probable MVP of the NFL comes against the GOAT himself, Tom Brady. Brady will want his revenge against Goodell, who sat him for 4 games this season. And I think he will get it, and with it, another ring for the Patriots dynasty. Although it will be a great game. With two powerful offenses, it will come down to defense, and with the Patriots having a better defense than the Falcons, they should squeak out a win in this high-scoring ballgame. 34-31 final.
The chosen one, the surprise players that could make a big impact on Super Sunday. For the Patriots, I have 2 players. It's Big Jim and Hardy from the Drive for 5 tour bus. No, I'm just pulling your leg here. It's actually 2 corners for the New England Patriots, and it's Eric Rowe and also Logan Ryan. Now everyone's focused on the Malcolm Butler versus Julio Jones matchup, but I see both of these New England corners making big plays, and that could lead to a Patriots win. My chosen one for the Atlanta Falcons, well, this one might surprise you, but it's kickoff return specialist Eric Weems. Now, he hasn't really had a kickoff return for a touchdown in a long time, but when everyone sleeps on a player like this, don't count out Eric Weems' speed and kickoff return potential. He could break a big one like so many returners have in the past Super Bowls.
My chosen player for the Atlanta Falcons is Mohamed Sanu. He's a veteran and he knows how to get open in the big spots, and Matty Ice can get it to him. For the New England Patriots, my chosen player is Chris Hogan, another wide receiver. Brady seems to just get to him all the time in the end zone and on third downs, and I think he can have a big impact on this game.
My chosen ones are both running backs. On the Falcons side of things, I'll have to go with Tevin Coleman. Devonta Freeman has been getting most of the snaps recently, so I think it's time for Tevin Coleman to step up and make some big plays this game. On the Patriots side of the ball, I'm going to go with LeGarrette Blount. Usually he just, gets solid, 10 yards, a little more, a little less, just a little power run. So I think during this game, he'll get a couple breakthroughs that are going to really be game changers for the Patriots.
My 2 big impact players are Dwight Freeney and Dion Lewis. For Dion Lewis, he's been a player that's been hot and cold this season, and after coming back from an injury, he should be able to have a big game for the Patriots and make a lot of good plays. Defensive end Dwight Freeney is a veteran, and he knows how to show up and play in a big game, and that's exactly what he's going to do in Super Bowl 51.
It's story time, and here's "Twas the night before the Super Bowl." 'Twas the night before Super Bowl, when all through the house, not a ball was deflated, except in Tom Brady's house. The buses were loaded, all the gear and great care, the Pats would be dreaming, the Lombardi could be theirs. In comes Matt Ryan, the playbook he read, deep ball to Julio was stuck in his head. Dan Quinn said no sleeping, wake up in a snap, make sure we run Coleman, play 49 gap. 6:30 had called, it was time for the brawl. Chris Hogan scored first, the TD cannons had burst. Coleman broke free, then it's Freeman's scoring spree. The Falcons had 7, but still more minutes till they'd reached heaven. A defensive miscue led Jones' touchdown breakthrough. Though Edelman responded Beantown and smiles, New England was up and they had done so in style. The Falcons were ready to end the scoring drought, and Eric Weems, suddenly in the end zone, he led a great big shout. Atlanta had led for the first time today, but only Bill Belichick could keep them at bay. Dion Lewis ran in, the Patriots closer to a win. Fourth quarter had come, the fans weren't dumb. Matt Bryant had been able to trim the lead to 1. 5 minutes left, Matty Ice down by 8. Quinn trusted his team, the game certainly at fate. 65 seconds left, Hooper had scored, the Falcons though, looking for more. The conversion was good, but still Tom Brady stood. The game in his hands, Giselle in the stands. A 30-yard throw, the tension would grow. One last chance at a field goal, the chance at a 5th Super Bowl. The kick sailed wide right, except the timeout was called. Quinn pulled out his hair, about to go bald. It came down to this, every Falcon fan hoped he'd miss, except it sailed right on through, confetti striped blue. The season concluded with a dynasty included. Bill, Mr. Belichick.
Bill, please answer my question.
As you all know, we're preparing for Super Bowl 51. We just had practice today. Now I'm going to open it up.
Bill, I have a question for you. Any thoughts on starting either Jacoby Brissett or Jimmy Garoppolo over Brady this game, as that rumor has gone around?
Yeah, we're just taking it one day at a time. Brady's playing well right now, so we're going to go with Brady.
Bill.
Yeah.
Is there any new players to add to the injured reserve list today?
We're going to keep that disclosed today. That's about it. Next question.
Yes, Mr. Belichick. So, we already know Deflategate's kind of already over, but there's still rumors that you had an integral part in deflating the football. So what do you think about that?
We're just focused on the game that we have. Next question.
Mr. Belichick, I have a question. With the so-called scandal regarding the turf quality of Houston's football stadium, what are your thoughts?
Yeah. Not much comments on that. Just we're focused for this game.
Thank you.
Thank you.
I don't know, man. I trust Shaq on this. Shaq knows what he's talking about.
I don't know. Liz knows what he's talking about.
It's debatable.
I think Shaq was right in the argument.
Oh yeah, did you see the Puppy Bowl? I can't wait to see that. I just saw it last year.
Oh, what's that?
Oh, that's the skills. The skills is pretty cool.
Oh, Alex Smith, he throws like a girl.
Yeah. Okay, when's Christian coming back with the snacks?
Yeah, sure.
Hey guys, I got all the snacks ready for the Super Bowl.
Ho, ho, ho. Woo! Baby!
Let's go.
Is this too many snacks?
No.
First
I only brought like 267. Oh yeah, I got some cup noodles too.
Alright, yeah, hit me up with those cup noodles.
Hey, that's right, it's me, Matty Ice, and let's just say, I'm cool as ice. Ice, baby. It's me, Matty Ice, and I love me some ice.
Thank you for watching NFL Updates Express.
Ice, ice, baby.
Alright, stop. Collaborate and listen. Ice is back with the brand new edition. Something. They're holding me tightly.
Ice, ice, baby.
Dun da da dun da da dun dun.